because you've reached the heights, but obviously even bigger things on the horizon for you and potentially career-defining fights for you. We asked our audience yesterday who they wanted to see you fight next. This is the poll here. You might be able to see it, Bill. I don't know how good your eyesight is. We asked who they'd rather see out, Canelo, Smith and Andrade. The overwhelming favourite was 64% Canelo. No real surprises there.
Sure.
Out of interest, how are talks progressing with various people? What are the main obstacles you're finding in these kind of negotiations for this year?
Do you know what? I think that in these situations, obviously, Canelo is the main man. He's the man that calls the shots, him and his team. I know that. But, you know, as being a world champion,
I broke my back.
A little bit of respect of saying, right, well...
What do you mean by that? You broke
my back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
You know,
spinal.
Count Drago has just donated $2. I'll never forget how he ate poor Evander's ear. Shame. Excited for February 22nd. Hoping it can pull over 800K.
Thanks, Count Drago. I think my shit just froze. But anyway, hope so. We're going to talk about it next.
They're doing the best they can for their man, which you don't blame them.
I think that's exactly.
But you know, the biggest thing what I'm finding is now is that I think they're trying to find the cheapest option. Is it Callum or is it Billy Joe? Because I don't think if they was going to fight anybody, I think they'd rather fight Callum Smith, put a 10-pound weight clause on him, and say, all right, Callum, it's your turn. My opinion, because he's a big bloke. He's probably going to be a light heavyweight. He probably is a light heavyweight.
And after the John Ryder fight, certainly, there's certainly that's the first sign that maybe
a lot of people, though, what I find, and you probably sparred him, Darren, is that, you know, John Ryder's had a couple of unlucky losses in his career, but he's a very, very good talent. You don't realise how good he actually is until you're in with him. You know, so you know, it's no secret that Callum Smith he struggles a bit more with southpaws, which, you know, he's probably haven't boxed a lot of them in his pro career. Maybe John Ryder's the only, I think he's the first or maybe the second.
So, yeah.
So he's kept away from them for a reason. You know, but I really rate John Ryder, and I think
what happens then? What happens? Say for instance, I know you don't want to hear this, but say Callum Smith gets a Canelo fight, would you have a second fight with Ryder because of what happened? What did you do then? Because you're sort of wanging about then, didn't you?
Do you know what? If Callum Smith gets it, I think that, you know, there's going to be an American fight between me and Andrade.
Right. Okay.
You know, I think that's you know, in my contract I got him in there, so I think that it's a good fight the fans want to see.
Will he want that, do you think?
I think he will, yeah. I think he's going to move up. But, again, I don't know who's going to be mandatory for him, because if he's going to look at, I don't know, it may be Mongai or Liam Williams, he might think, well, I might nick a couple of million quid here, fight them, then move up. You know, but they're risky fights. You know, Williams is quite a good fighter. You know, Mongai's a good fighter, so I don't really know. It's a bit all up in the air. I ain't got answers to give you. I can only say what I'm being told. I was supposed to be out the end of Feb, or they was looking at the 2nd of May with Canelo, so I wasn't out the end of February, so I thought, must be Canelo.
What I would say, you look quite trim at the moment, so you're obviously in the gym.
Listen, I'm in the gym. Every day I'm in the gym now is for Canelo, no one else. So, you know, every day I'm in that gym, I'm working on things that I believe need.
I'm gonna stop it right there. He just said a whole lot of shit in like a really short period of time. You know, and it's a shame that, you know, Canelo's the man. We know that Canelo, you know, will fight anybody, you know, pretty much. And we know that he can compete with anybody from 154 to 175 pounds. But what he's saying about Callum Smith, it's a shame that, you know, we can expect that from Team Canelo to be like, all right, we'll fight you, Callum Smith, but we're putting a 10-pound rehydration clause on you. You know, and they'll do some shit like, I'm not saying it's true, but it's a shame that, you know, they got this reputation. If it's at 168, they'd be like, nah, weigh in at 166. Like, they'll do some shit like that, or make him weigh in at 165. They'll do some shit like that. You know, that's my only issue with Canelo. Like, for example, how they held that Kovalev rehydration clause up until, like, we didn't find out about it until like the last week or so, because Kovalev's team, remember this? Kovalev's team was threatened with like a penalty or legal action or something if they talked about the hydration clause in the media. So we can expect for Hearn and Callum Smith, if they were to get the fight, for it to be the same way. Where Golden Boy tell them, like, we give you this fight. Don't go to the media talking about how we made y'all sign a contract to fight at this weight and all that type of shit. You know? So he's, you know, but I mean, I'm cool with Canelo versus Callum Smith. I would prefer Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, but I get it. And where will they do the fight? Will they do it over here? Will they do it in the UK? If Canelo fights either of these fighters in the UK, it'll be massive. Now remember, he was already exploring the option of fighting Ryoto Murata, WBA world champion at 160 pounds, over in Japan. Huge money. Canelo is guaranteed money here in the States, but there's no real upside because it's not pay-per-view. Even though he's guaranteed a shitload of money, it's not like, you know, he can get extra money. It's not like he can get extra money, you know, because it's pay-per-view. I mean, it's not pay-per-view. But if you go over to somewhere like Japan, you can get extra money from the TV rights and all type of shit like this. So, for example, this is not the exact numbers, but when Floyd Mayweather fought during his Showtime contract on pay-per-view, pre-Conor McGregor, he was always guaranteed something like 32 million or something like that. But if the pay-per-views hit 1 million pay-per-view buys, then he would get more on top of that. In regards to Canelo, in pay-per-view in this day and age, it's risky, you know? It's risky. You know? I don't know. Who is this? What's going on? Yeah, sure. Move. Don't come over here, bro. Don't come over here, bro. The dog's already, he's ready to start harassing me. He's ready to start harassing me. Will they rob Canelo in the UK? I don't think, you never know. Don't get me started on that. You never know. But let's move on to something else. Well, let's wrap this up first. Let him finish with this.
To be put in place to beat him.
If you could map the remainder of your career out, how would it look?
Listen, I would love to fight Canelo, beat him, get a rematch. That's what I would love to do. Once I've done that, then...
Fight him twice and...
Emirates Stadium?
I believe, listen, I'm a realist when I talk about boxing. I'm very, very real. I know if it's fair, on my mind on that night, it's sink or swim. You're in the middle of that sea, you either swim back or you're drowning. Of course. And I believe I got the beating of him. So as long as they give me a fair decision, I'll do it. I'll fight him. It's about the money, but I'd rather have a fair decision. If I got beat fair and square, I'll shake your hand, you beat me, you're a better man. But if I beat you, give me the decision. That would be the career-defining, obviously, moment.
What, so ideally, you fight him twice, win, would you jack it in then?
I don't know if I'd jack it in because, listen, you can give me that answer. I suppose when you retired, was it? I know you had injuries, but you always had that itchy hands. Wanted to get back in.
A little bit because we're competitive, aren't we?
Yeah,
we love it.
Sometimes I look at boxing, and I think, what am I even doing here? Yeah. But then I'll have 3 or 4 weeks out the gym, and I think, I'll be on the phone. Can you get me a fight? Let's go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. You know, it'd be nice to beat him twice.
Yeah. Listen, whatever happens in the next year, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice to chat to you, Bill. Good luck. We'll let you go backstage and see Dante before he fights.
Thank you.
Good luck to him. Billy Joe Saunders, who's working with Dante Dixon, who'll be in action tonight. We're going to do one swap for another.
In comes Mr. Dave Colwell, who was due to have Opie Price on the card, but
that card's starting soon.